Good evening, guys. Welcome to Storyteller's Corner for Tuesday evening. And we're off back to Topsy Tickletown now, guys, for chapter 65. And the title is called Susan's Hidden Reason. So let's read on, guys, and never mind about the noise and distractions around us. Let's get into Topsy Tickletown, where it's peaceful and quiet all the way, all day and all night. So the next morning, the town square smelled of dew, bread and curiosity. Gigi, Richard, Patricia and Lisa were gathered near the lamppost. Having a mother's meeting, no doubt. The tiny golden stars glimmered faintly on the cobblestones, inviting quiet bravery. Susan was unusually quiet. Her hands hovered over a notebook she had carried since arriving, but she had never written a word yet. Gigi noticed immediately, because Gigi was like that. She noticed things. Susan, what's on your mind? Susan hesitated. Her eyes flickered towards the stars scattered across the square. I suppose I haven't told you why I really came here. Richard leaned in slightly, caring not to crowd her. Because remember, Richard's a ticklish giant. We'd like to know, he said softly. Richard wants to know, So Susan took a deep breath. Years ago, she began, I lived in a town much like this one, full of laughter, colour and possibilities. But the people, they lost their courage quietly, one by one, and I couldn't help them. Patricia tilted her head. What happened? Susan's hands trembled slightly. They were all afraid to step, to speak, to try small things, and I tried to lift too much for them all at once, and I want to fix it all. I want to save it all. Gigi's fingers brushed Richard's as she listened. And I failed, Susan continued. The smallest ones, the quiet sparks, they were gone before anyone noticed, and I left because I thought leaving would protect me from falling again. Lisa scribbled furiously in her notebook. Sometimes courage is measured by what we don't carry alone. Susan's voice softened. I've carried that ever since. The guilt, the regret, the shame of not knowing how to help the smallest beginnings. The town seemed to breathe with her words. The golden stars glimmered a little brighter. And so, Susan said finally, I came here, not to fix the town, not to save anyone, but to remember how to notice the almost invisible courage again. The courage that trembles, the courage that whispers before it speaks. Richard's chest tightened. So, you needed a town that could remind you. Susan nodded. Yes, and I found it. She smiled faintly. I found you all. Gigi's heart warmed. You're part of it now, she said. You're part of helping the smallest bravery happen again. Susan's eyes glistened. I hope so, she whispered, because in my old town, I never learned how. Here, maybe I can. Patricia painted a little golden halo around Susan's notebook on the cobblestones. Then we'll do it together, she said. Every trembling star, every hesitant step, every quiet voice. Lisa nodded, and maybe this time it won't feel so heavy. That evening, Richard and Gigi walked hand in hand past the scattered stars. You see, Gigi said softly, courage isn't just something others have. Sometimes it's something we share. And Susan, Richard added, came here because she wanted to remember that. Gigi smiled, and in doing so she helped the town too. Richard nodded. The smallest act can ripple wider than we imagine. Above them, the stars, ordinary, magical and golden, twinkled quietly. And in Topsy Tickletown, the quietest courage had a home. So guys, sometimes the people who help others mostly are learning to be brave themselves. Courage is not just given, it is remembered, shared and nurtured. So there we go, guys. That's what it's all about in Topsy Tickletown tonight. Join me Wednesday evening, guys, for chapter 66, the day the stars went out. So let's see why the stars went out And what can Richard the Ticklish Giant and Gigi, the girl with the curious eyes, and the girl with curls in her hair, and the bright curious eyes. And what can they do? And what can Lisa and Patricia do to help as well? So there we go. And let's see what Susan has in store for us tomorrow night. So there you go, guys. That's your story in Topsy Tickle Town tonight. Hope you enjoyed that. Join me tomorrow for the Quiet Sea, where I think Captain Elias Crow and Edith are planning a wedding. Wow. At last. You remember in the last story, Captain Elias Crow proposed to Edith in the town square. So I think now they're making wedding preparations by the sound of it, because the title is Preparations. So I can't say any more than that. I can't disclose any more, but that's what it says. And then we'll go back to Topsy Tickle Town from Portsmouth. It's a long journey from Portsmouth in the UK to Topsy Tickle Town, which is due north. But we're going to go there nonetheless to listen to chapter 66, The Day the Stars Went Out. So there we go, guys. That's your stories today. Thank you for joining me in Storyteller's Corner for Tuesday. Everyone have a blessed day or a blessed evening where you are in the world, wherever you are in the world. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that, and thank you for listening to my stories in Storyteller's Corner. So there you go, guys. Take care now, and God bless you all. Bye bye now.